Peace and blessings, family. I am your bro, Joe. And I've come to understand that there's levels to this, right? There's levels to understanding, there's levels to wisdom, and there's levels in how we apply this knowledge into our lives. And I honestly want people to realize their value and know their worth. Because when you truly do, when you're able to understand that the way you see yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you feel the emotions that you embody, that is going to bring about the abundance in your life. You know, Christ said, do not worry about what you'll eat or drink. And when we look at this verse, when we look at these scriptures, he's speaking from a point of knowing. He really is trying to ingrain in you this understanding that if you are worried, if you are doubting, if you are constantly stressed out, then you're going to be out of alignment. But if you know that God sees you as more than the flowers of the field and more of the birds of the air, then he wants to give you everything because it's there within you. And the abundance is the knowing. The abundance is not measuring your worth and your value to the standard of the world. It's feeling content. It's feeling the peace. It's knowing that this abundance is more than your, let's say, your net worth. Your abundance is the abundance of joy that emanates from you. It's the love, this reality that we're in is very energetic in a sense where we resonate on certain levels. And that's why it could be challenging at times, because so many people excuse me, are still in the ways of the world. They're caught up in the drama of the news. They're caught up in what is happening around them, rather than understanding the power that's happening within you. You know, it's the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead is working in and through you and for you. And so when you begin to learn these things, when you really begin to apply them in your life, you understand that you have to feel it, you have to be it, you have to live it out. You know, if you want love, you have to apply that love into your life. If you want peace, then you have to not get so disrupted by things around you. You know, like if you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you get bothered by that person, it's slightly taking you out of your higher alignment. And yeah, you have every right to get mad, but if you think about it, He didn't hurt you. Yeah, they may have cut you off, but maybe there's some divine protection in that small delay. You know, everything you have to see as happening for your good. And so when we're rising above our fleshly self and we're in the spirit, then we really get to grasp these things that come from the higher nature. There's an abundance of wealth within you, you know, and that's why I'm saying, like, be it, feel it, know it. And it might be challenging for some people, honestly, because I was there. It took me 30 something years to figure this out, to like, for the light bulb went off, and it's like, okay, now this lamp is not hidden. It's shining forth. It's shining forth because I know that the Spirit that is working within me is greater than anything that this world has to offer. And that comes with deep understanding and gratitude. You know, that comes with this constant line of communication and constantly thinking on things that are pure and righteous and good. It's understanding that I have the helmet of salvation dawned upon my head, freeing my mind from the things that once kept me in bondage. And that's really understanding that, you know, that burden is light and the yoke is easy. There's maybe you've been dammed up, you know, like dammed up in a sense, like you know a dam, right? You got the water on the top of the dam, and every once in a while they open it up and they feed water downstream, right? We have to break down these barriers that are stopping us, that are stopping the infinite waters within us from flowing. And it looks different for everybody. Everybody's walk is different. But it's knowing sometimes we have to understand the suffering. And most times we do have to understand the suffering. Because when we get there, we know, okay, this is not a place that I want to be. You know, and like I said, we're all on different levels of consciousness. We all have our own understanding. But once you understand, like, you came to conquer these things in your life, this is when the process of transformation occurs. This is when you, in turn, resurrect. This is when you're born again and you experience this new life, this abundant life, and all things start to open up, and you don't measure, you don't weigh it out, and you don't store your treasure up here in earth where moths will decay it, you know, and it'll rust away. You store it up within the kingdom, and you know that you're operating in a new light. So this is the word that I just wanted to give you guys today, you know, because I'm feeling called in these moments to be like your bro and like not show you guys, but be an example by showing up so that light bulb will switch off in your head too. And we take it a day at a time, and we're patient with ourselves, and we have compassion for our walk, and we don't compare it to anybody else, but we work on ourselves daily. We take up that cross, we renew our mind, we don't conform, you know, and we're not listening to the noise, because we're walking in our strength and in our power. And we know if God is for us, who could be against us? No weapon, even these low level emotional attacks that you may be experiencing, they may form, but they will not prosper. So stand in your strength. Know your truth. No one's going to tell you that. You have to realize it. So, with that being said, it's getting dark, and I need a drink of water. My voice is kind of raspy. Much love to you guys. We'll definitely talk soon. Take care. Know your worth. You're so worthy. You have so much value. Take those emotions captive. Take those thoughts captive and overcome. God bless. Much love.